podcast time. You already know that. Hello and welcome to Wawaka Experience. We're taking it on the road this week for a special occasion. We're over here at New Paris Speedway. I'm here with a group of guys, good group of guys. We got Doug CHILLCUT, Cole Carpel, and Danny Taylor. And Danny, you're the one that taught me into this. Said, hey, I'd like to have a few bucks to run a race car. So Wawaka Winery's actually got his name on this beast here. So yeah, there he is over there. So you originally owned it and then you sold it to Doug, right?
No. Doug got it.
Doug's got it now. Now it's Doug. So you work, and I saw you. When you guys first got here, I had never seen you run at work, but boy, you were running today. So where'd that extra energy come from?
I gotta keep up with Doug CHILLCUT.
There you go. Well, here's
No man keeps me going.
yeah. Well, you know, guys hear about the way you ran here today. They're gonna expect it at work. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I'll be sure and let Jeremy know. Well, here's the main guy, the driver, Doug. Doug, how many years have you been in racing now?
39.
39 years.
39 years.
That's almost as old as I am.
I'm old as dirt.
Yeah, so where have all you raced at?
Angola, here, Bearfield, back at La Villa. I've run down there at Daytona.
Really?
I run down there, some laps down there. I've been to Homestead Speedway. I done two 200 lappers at Winchester, Indiana.
Nice.
So I've been around.
Yeah, that's a lot of experience there. Got your grandson here, and
This is his
mini stock. So
second race.
Yeah, second race. So we were talking earlier. How's it feel to be out there now?
It actually feels pretty good. I actually like being out there instead of like just actually just watching it. Now I actually like being out there and being actually just going out there and driving.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a wealth of knowledge to draw from. So does Grandpa give you some tips here and there?
Yeah, he does. I mean, he helps me out through and everything. So I mean, I'm glad he does that. So I mean, I gotta appreciate it and everything. So
absolutely, that's very valuable, and that's one thing I've always liked about the sport because it brings families together.
Right.
It's normally a family thing. So where are you originally from, Doug?
Originally from Peru, Indiana, and I lived there until I was 13 years old, and my mother died, so I went and lived with my aunt down in Tennessee, down on Land Between the Lakes. So I was back and forth.
Yeah.
What I was. But I've been up here now for 30 years probably.
38 years.
38 years, yeah.
37.
Yeah.
This is your daughter
This
here.
is
You're
the
asking.
oldest daughter. This is the oldest one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And this would be your boy out there. I heard you talking to the track officials say keep an eye on him. Are you a little nervous tonight?
I'm always nervous, whether it's my dad racing, which I've been by my dad's side since I was born. I've been going to the track since I was born.
Yeah.
And now I'm more nervous because it's my son out there.
He's gonna be all right though.
I got the youngest daughter out there too.
Oh, we got that's your
the
daughter
youngest,
too.
yeah.
Okay, I was filming her earlier. We'll show some film footage of her racing. She's getting all set and she's in the driver's seat right now, ready to go out there. So how's the car feeling tonight? You were out there earlier.
Car feels real good. Track is a little greasy, but it cools off. It's going to be good.
Yeah, I know that it was a lot warmer today, so yeah. So, well, we're looking forward to. I'm going to get some footage of you racing tonight, and I wish you luck. And it's a nice looking rig you got here.
Well, I thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted to do the Earnhardt thing. I've always wanted an Earnhardt looking car, so.
You definitely captured it with a good wrench, and well, heck, Wawaka Winery's on there, so
yeah.
He's never had that, so you got something Dale didn't have.
Like I say, if we don't do no good, we can always go drink wine.
There you go. All right. Well, hey, thanks for watching, and come out to New Paris Speedway. This is where I cut my teeth on it, and I know every inch of this wall. So good luck to you tonight, and it's always a good time. So thank you very much, guys. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. See you, Danny. You're going to be running hard Monday. New Paris Speedway. Yeah, I've hit that wall there too. Hey, this is Jason. Figured I'd do a little voiceover here, explain what's going on. This is Cole out here, Doug's grandson. He's in the blue car, number 28. And I was talking to him earlier. His main objective was get seat time. They started him on pole, but I think, and this is just me guessing, him and Doug, and they decided they'd drop back because they just. The reason why is my guess is it's rough out there at a lot of local tracks. In New Paris, it gets pretty rough, and they just wanted him in seat time. They weren't into getting their car banged up, and I think it was a good idea because he's just starting out. He's got to get the feel for the car. He liked the tires they used that night. He said it had a lot of grip. The track during time trials was hot and slimy, and then it cooled down and got some more grip, so it changed on them. But like Cole told me, my main thing is to get seat time right now, get experience under my belt, and that's a good idea. So they're going to be starting green here. I think they're starting green here next time around. And like I said, Cole wasn't looking to run up front banging with those guys. There's a lot of times you see a lot of banging, and but I will say for the mini stocks, back when I was always at the tracks, I never really paid attention to them, but I wanted to film Cole out there. I'll tell you, these guys carry some speed, more than I remembered. I was pretty impressed with the speed and the setup of these cars. I think they got a little bit more detailed in the setup of these cars because they're carrying around these turns really nice. Like I said, they're hit green. Cole, he just want to lay back, and he wants to get the feel for racing. So the guy did a great job. I think he's got a good future. Like we said in the interview, his granddad's got 39 years of experience, and boy, that's nice to have on your side. Grandfather that has all that knowledge that he can share with his daughter and share with his grandson here. So, and I think it was a good idea, the way they laid back. He looks good. Sure, he's not as fast, but he wasn't trying to be. He was just trying to put in some laps that night. And like I said, I like the way he takes turns. He comes out of that turn 4. That turn 4 was always, I don't know about other drivers, but to me that was one of the hardest turns for me because that's the one that goes into the straightaway. So it's a harder turn, and you want to use up as much of the track as you can, but you don't want to smack that wall because turn 1 and 2 here where he's at, it kind of bellows out, gives you some room, and you can really throw the hammer down there. So just kind of want to explain what we're going on here. So we'll go to another race here real quick with somebody else. Now up here real quick, I just want to show this real fast. This is Doug's daughter. I can't catch it's right there, that car. And she had a pretty decent little car. She said it handled really good. I like the American flags. That's another thing that's good about racing. We're always a lot more patriotic. We got the American flags and rebel flags there, and that's always very patriotic people. But she's handled great, and I was talking to her husband. They just couldn't figure out a way to get the RPMs up. And you could hear it when she was coming around the turns that the motor was bogging down. But later that night, it was a really rough race. I didn't get footage of that. Camera's kind of shaky here. This is when I was first trying to learn how to track the cars, so I hope this don't make anybody sick watching this. But got better. It gets better, trust me. But she did a fantastic job, and I can't remember. She did place. So we'll go to Doug next here. Okay, here's Doug. You're just pulling out, getting lined up for the race, but I want to show you this shot. Because, man, the way that car's sitting there right there, it looks badass. He said he was going for the Earnhardt look, and I tell you what, it almost looks like the Intimidator's car sitting out there. So we'll show the starter race here real shortly. All right, here we go. They're about to start. They're just coming around 3 and 4, and they're going on green flag. That's Doug there, number 6. And like he was saying, during time trials, it was hot. Boy, it was hot this Memorial Day weekend, and he didn't get the speed he could during time trials because it's a hotter track, slams up your tires. Makes them nice and greasy, and I'm not gonna say my opinion about time trials. I like the whole. I've been to tracks where they pull the number. There's a yellow. I'm not sure what happened there. I was mainly paying attention to Doug. I apologize for that, but is that just for the fact I hate when as I know the reason behind the time trials. They don't want anybody sandbagging and then come out and then just kick the guts out of everybody. And I understand that, but to me, I'm looking for the fastest driver. And I think just pulling numbers and then going out there, lining them up, and let the chips fall where they may. That's why I like that system a little better. I've been to tracks where I do that, and I really like that a lot better because then you're not worried about your time. Because the reason I say that is someone must have got into it between 1 and 2 there. They're cleaning up the track, the New Paris track crew. I'm not a very good commentator, but I never claimed I was, so I hope this isn't annoying. But anyways, back to my point. During the time trials, if you can't get your cars fast because of weather conditions, and then like what happened tonight here, it cooled down. As soon as the sun goes down, it's gonna cool down, and then the track's better, and it comes back to you, so you got more grip. Therefore, let's say during time trials you weren't able to go as fast because you had greasy tires. Well, now these cars, and I think there was quite a few because Doug was doing a fantastic job, but these cars now, they're handling, every one of them are handling a lot better. Now they got a problem of they got to hold back on the throttle, and they can't do what that car fully can do, what you worked so hard all that night to get that car improve. And so now you got to worry about, let's say you're started from the back to the front and you went over your time. Well, they're going to send you to the back again. But I'm not criticizing. I mean, the people that run the tracks know more than I do, but that's just my humble little opinion about it. But it happened to quite a few people that night just because the track was so hot during the day. And now you can see Doug looks fantastic out there. And he's staying up there. He's in second place right now. Boy, that car looks good. I mean, that thing looks like a beast. You got the Wawaka Winery logo there in the back. But not that it's about me. It's not. But there's a good group of guys. I really enjoyed myself meeting everybody. I've known, well, Danny Taylor. I work with him every day at work. He's a receiver. But he's the one that told me about Doug and said, hey, there he goes. Yeah, that's when he overtook. Now Doug's in first. But the problem is, and the car's looking great. I think it's not out of shape one bit. Hey, every turn, I was impressed. I was thinking he's going to take this heat, but he went over his time. So now I'm not sure what happens here, how many laps into it. But he gets sent to the back because the car is performing too well. And to me, that's that's frustrating. And I hope I'm not taking off anybody that owns a track. It's nothing against anybody. It's just one of those things you got to deal with. But that drives me nuts because he looked fantastic, and all the cars came to him. I talked to a couple different drivers. Yeah, right here. I think they're gonna send him to back here because there's yellow because went over his time. Now and Doug wasn't sandbagging. Nobody sandbagging out there. Everybody was trying their best during the time trials, get this thing going. And here he gets sent to the back and can't use the car's full potential. That's the thing that drives me nuts about time trials and the time. But that's just my opinion. So I'm going to get off that little rant. I'm not mad. I'm not. It's always been that way too. So everybody knows it going into it. So you can't bitch and moan because it's just always been that way, it going into it. But me personally, I like just drawing numbers and let the chips fall where they may. But all the guys, I don't think there was any problems. I didn't stay for the feature because, this was Friday night on Memorial Day weekend, and I wanted to stay for the feature, but I was nodding off in the stands after Doug's race, and there was a few other races. And it wasn't boring. I was just exhausted because I've been up since 3:30. I wake up in the mornings for work, and then get to work and work all day long. And I was gonna catch a nap before I came out, but I wasn't able to because Anik made me work when I got home. So I wish I would have stayed for the feature because I'm not sure how the feature went. I haven't heard yet. I'll probably talk to Danny when we get back to work here this coming week and see how Doug did. But boy, the car looked fantastic. I think they're starting on green here again real quick. Oh, no, one more lap. The flagman's got one more lap here to start on green. But like I said, I love the looks of the car. Doug, he's a good old school racer. And I think if you watch the interview, you can pick up on that. His whole mentality is race car driver, and he's a good old boy. And I tell you what, those are my kind of people right there. So yeah, here he is in back. Car still looks fantastic. And then you slow down to put everybody in the back who went over the time. Because I think there was a couple people in this race that went over the time. And then it's harder to bring back, but he looks great. There's a guy behind him trying to open the door underneath him, but Doug was able to power it out. He's coming out of turns great. He's going in and out of turns. I mean, I don't see any flaws in this. It looks fantastic. Car's in shape the whole time. He just had it set up perfectly when this track came to him. There's the last lap. And then he got smacked from behind. I don't think it was intentional. I think it was see the checkered flag, get overexcited. You look at the flag more, you look at the car in front of you. As there was no dirty racing there. There wasn't. And Doug got back into the pits, and he chuckled about it. Didn't do no damage, so it was a good night. I enjoyed it. Right. Wave! That is nice. I really like that. It's nice. Made it back from the racetrack. Sitting out here enjoying this gorgeous night. I know I should go to bed, but I almost don't want to because it's so nice out tonight. Just figured I'd have a couple cool ones before I retire to the bed, but I want to say to Doug and your whole family, I had a blast tonight, guys. Thanks for letting me hang out at the track. It's been a long time since I've been to the New Paris racetrack, and the cars look great, and everybody did a really good job. And before I close this out, I want to say it's Memorial Day weekend, so I want to say thank you to all of the veterans. I think we should remember them all. It's one for them. Probably wouldn't be able to go to a racetrack and have all the freedoms we got. So thanks a lot, everybody out there. And so me and Doofus here are going to have probably one more beer, and then I'm going to call it night. Sound good to you? Okay, attaboy. So have a good night from Wawaka Winery. Thank you.